Using cruise control inside of the Subaru WRX is a very straightforward process. There are two different types of cruise inside of the ride. It's either going to be old school traditional cruise control or there's adaptive cruise control. The difference, normal cruise control, you set it at, let's say 80, the car in front of you slows down, yours will not brake. So you just have to be paying attention versus the adaptive cruise control system. If you toggle it on, the car in front of you slows down, yours will automatically brake. They change lanes, you change lanes, it'll pick you back up to your previously set speed. And it doesn't even matter if you're in the 6-speed manual transmission or the 8-speed automatic, you have the same types of cruise control that are available. So in order to toggle it on, you push the button here, and what that's going to do is toggle that cruise control system on, and that's the adaptive cruise control. You then push down in order to be able to set your speed. You'd increase, decrease, 1 kilometer, 1 mile per hour at a time by going up and down this way. You can push and hold up or push and hold down in order to increase, decrease at larger increments. You'd hit the brake to cancel your speed. You could temporarily pause your speed there if it was going. Push up in order to resume your previously set speed. And then from there, you've got your distance indicator. And that's going to be when you've got the adaptive cruise control system going. So you can see there, going up and down, there are 4 unique levels that are available. So think of that like a 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, for how close or far you are away from that leading vehicle. I'm personally okay on level 1 most of the time, but you might want to be on 2, 3, or 4, depending on your own comfort level, your personal reaction time, and things like that. And then you've also got this little car icon. And right there, you've got your steering wheel. When the lane markings are recognized, that goes green. And what that means is that if those lanes are recognized, the vehicle is going to keep you perfectly centered in your lane. So even if you've lost focus for a second, rubbernecking like an idiot, whatever the case may be, it's going to keep you perfectly balanced. But I mentioned 2 different types of cruise control. So we've set up the adaptive cruise there. To get to your old school cruise, you're going to take the gap adjustment up and down. You're just going to push and hold that. And that changes us into the old school traditional cruise control. And then same idea, so you're going to set your speed, increase, decrease as necessary. When you toggle it off and then back on again, that's going to put you back into the adaptive cruise control system. I recommend adaptive cruise. I use it all the time. And then you can see down here, you've got your little icon there. So that's amber right now. And the reason why, well, amber, orange, whatever you want to call that. The reason why that's like that, that's the driving attention system. So if we look at our vehicle settings for a second here and the driving monitoring system. So you've got a camera there that's going to watch your eyes as you drive. This system in theory is great. It works great if you're not wearing glasses, like sunglasses, because what I've found so far is that wearing sunglasses with this monitoring system enabled, it's going to start spitting out warning messages as if you're not paying attention while you're driving. It's saying that your hands are off the steering wheel, etc. So the system, the idea of it is great. It works well if you're driving without sunglasses on, but sunny days like today, you're going to start getting warning messages, and what I've found in my testing so far. So just toggle that system off completely is absolutely what I would recommend. And then you've got the option of changing out your different drive modes along the very bottom here. So if you wanted to change out between the sport mode, custom mode, individuals, etc., let's actually be in normal mode, because what I want to do is take you on a live demonstration of how this system actually works. Now, there are 2 different versions of the cluster screen that are available. This is obviously the fully digital one. If you had the analog, the middle part there would look the exact same. But here we go. You know, this is a 50 road, so I can toggle it on right now, set my speed, and it's set it at 43. Push and hold up. There we go. And you can see there, holding me in place. Now, this is actually perfect. So if you're coming up to a red light, the car is not self-driving, so you've got to, there we go, stop yourself there. Now, it doesn't matter if you're in the 6-speed manual transmission or the 8-speed automatic, you're going to have both types of cruise control. You won't be able to use the cruise control with the manual transmission, though, in first gear. So you have to be out of first in order to use it. So I'm just going to toggle it on right now. And one cool thing, you can shift gears with the cruise control system actively enabled right now, too. So I've set my speed. I can push and hold down, push and hold up in order to increase, decrease at larger increments if I wanted to. Smaller increments, so up and down, one at a time this way. The gap adjustment's there, so it's how close or far are you away from the leading vehicle. And then you've also got your little steering wheel icon there. So if the lane markings are recognized, that goes green. And then what it does is it keeps you perfectly balanced in your lane. So it's a pretty good system. Like I said, when it works incredibly well. But using the systems again, really easy. So you toggle it on or off by pushing the button along the top right-hand side here. You then set your speed by pushing down. You can resume your speed if you've hit the brake pedal there. And we are cruising right now. The lane centering system works well. You don't have to use it though, and look at this. So this is great. So it takes us down to a full and complete stop because this is the manual transmission. Yeah, there we go. And keep hands on the wheel because we're going too slow in the manual transmission. In the automatic, there is some stop and go capabilities if you're stopped for a brief second. But all you're going to do as you start driving again, just push up in order to resume your previously set speed. If you want a full walkthrough on the cluster screen, using all the different steering wheel buttons, going through the infotainment, etc., you'll find full walkthroughs down in the description. That's really cool. But that's how you use the cruise control system inside of the Subaru WRX.